Life is like standing on a airport travelator thing or treadmill thing, where it's like
I enjoy those.
yeah, if you're standing still, you're actually going backwards because shaitan is constantly trying to pull you back. So you have to actually be walking forward.
Oh, you're going the wrong way.
So you're going the wrong way. Yeah. You're going the wrong way. Sorry. I'm not good at my analogies. So if you stand still, you're being pulled back by shaitan. But so you have to. So it's not enough to be like, I'm happy with my iman that I have now, and so I'm good. I'm just going to stay here. No. If you're staying here, you're going backwards. You have to actually walk. You have to actually take action and constantly try and move forward. Yeah. And there's a concept that and I think we can get stuck sometimes in life where you go through this like growth spurt in your iman, right? Where like let's say for example you're 20 years old, you're 5 years, you go from like not practicing to practicing, praying 5 times a day, even praying tahajjud, like memorizing Quran, everything, and then from 25 you're like cruising now, and then you blink and you're 50. And the last 25 years, you've not grown. And one of the shuyukh I was speaking to, he was arriving. He said a lot of people, what they do is they start practicing, they get to a point, and they get stuck at that point, and they never go past that point. And so he was like, don't be that guy. And so that's why we have to constantly be moving. And one of the techniques that he gave for that was when your iman it's basically this idea of constantly raising the bar with your iman. When your iman is high, try and do more extra good deeds, and try and make that become your norm. So that when your iman is low, even if you're doing the bare minimum, your bar has been raised. Yeah. And then if you live life like that, then eventually your bar is raised. And then now it's like, if you have low iman, that means that, you're praying tahajjud, you're praying 5 times a day in the masjid, but you're not, going out of your way to help your neighbor, whatever, whatever it is, the case is. And I think like you've noticed that everyone listening to this has probably noticed that at some point in their life, even whatever it is. It could be like you, for example, may Allah protect you and keep you, preserve you and increase your iman and keep you firm on the straight path. But no matter how low your iman goes, you're not going to miss salah, right? There could have been a time, I'm not saying there was, but there could have been a time in your life where low iman meant you're not going to pray fajr. Right? So it's like your bar's been raised. So it's like constantly increasing your bar. Yeah. And there's also, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? And iman goes up and down. But sometimes I feel like people get to a point where it's like, oh, my iman is low. And they'll wait for the high to do more good deeds. Right? Whereas I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, doing more good deeds, especially the non-obligatory ones, will increase your iman. And then you get to that point and then you can sprint. So it's also important, like if you feel like your iman is low, it's not like, I'm not saying you said this, but what you just said, someone could take that and say, all right, yeah, my iman's low. Next time it's high, I'm going to really go at it. Yeah, good point. Now is the time to do something to raise your iman. Correct. Then when your iman, then you can go even harder. That increases your iman. It's like almost like it works in reverse. Yeah. Like that travelator thing. Yeah, exactly. And I guess like the final point on that bit was like, you just have to make sure that in some way you're making some progress. And sometimes what I find helps me, the progress thing is like, are you taking any steps towards like making it better? Like, are you doing better than you were the day before? That's like one thing. Or are you doing better than the last time you did that? Like, are you getting better and better? But what was I gonna say? I've lost it, bro. It's something. It's fine. It's something to do with the fact that you can end up being like paused on your iman, and then like 25 years go past. Yeah, which I just think is a scary thought. That is very real and very scary, and may Allah protect us from that. I remember the thought that I just had. I was like, sometimes I do this thought experiment where I like simplify everything. Life's not always, I guess, like this simple and easy, right? But I do try and do this. I try and sometimes just think to myself, is this pleasing Allah or displeasing Allah? Because everything is doing one or the other. It's either pleasing Allah or displeasing Allah. And so sometimes that's like just changing an intention and then it's now pleasing Allah. And then other times it's like, the other way around. So when you think about life like that, I'm not saying I'm perfect at doing that, but when I do think about life like that, it does make my life easier because then it makes decisions easier as well. Okay, out of these two options, which one pleases Allah? or pleases Allah more, and things like that. So sometimes it's about like having those kind of thought experiments.